Hi Aries, welcome back. This is going to be your you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you might be connecting with or thinking about during this time frame. Keep in mind Aries is a general reading, so you can switch the roles. Also, my readings are timeless, so I just trust when this finds you, it's for you. So Aries, when I was meditating on your energy, actually while I was getting ready for the reading, so it was before I even meditated, I had Sister Act in my mind, in my thoughts, the movie Sister Act with Whoopi Goldberg, and specifically the song Santa Maria, which I have playing in my head right now. Whoa, Maria. It's a really joyful song. It's a really uplifting song. Of course, I love that movie. And so maybe check that song out. The feeling that I got from it was like almost rejoice. You know, wanting to rejoice more in the energy and a bit more playful, uplifting. Yes, that's the word, upliftment. So I feel like you might be getting uplifted in spirit during this time frame, or feeling uplifted or uplifting others, you know. And to me, also, that movie represents like breaking out of the mold of tradition, okay, and going outside of maybe what you've always done, or, you know, say you've always went about things in a certain way. It's breaking the mold of old habits, of old patterns, and realizing, I guess, like the gem that is inside of all of us that's just dying to get out. You know what I'm saying? So I feel a lot of that type of energy, and I try to get one card and I keep getting many cards. So I'm going to keep them this time because I love you, Aries. But we're going to go ahead and go from there. So you have the conjunction here, which is all about empowerment. Pluto, which is all about transformation. The 12th house of surrender. Gemini energy, which is all about communication. And the moon, which is all about feelings. So we've got a mix of energies here. Gemini, Scorpio, Pisces might be in your chart, or you could be dealing with those signs during this time period. And or this is just the influencing energy, Aries, that you will be under during whatever time frame you're watching this, okay? So it's about getting empowered, you know, and like I said, breaking the mold of old ways of thinking, and, you know, maybe even reaching for some goals that you put to the side, or maybe you didn't have time or patience for in the past, and feeling more empowered because things are shifting and things are changing to kind of go towards that. There might be something going on emotionally, you know, that you need to talk about. You know, I'm getting a lot about like talking about your feelings and being more open with that, and not being afraid to, you know, let your guard down, be a little bit vulnerable, which is not something, you know, the sign of Aries always likes to do. You tend to like to be that sounding board for other people, but you don't tend to like, you know, for other people to be sounding boards for you. But this is like, you know, getting in touch with that more softer, empathetic, intuitive side, and being more communicative about how you're truly feeling, and surrendering the need to maybe, I heard, put on a show, or, you know, act stronger than you are, or, you know, the need to perpetuate an appearance of what you want people to see, but is not actually in alignment with how you're actually feeling, and being okay with kind of just letting that go and letting that down, and being your authentic self. Even though you may feel that makes you vulnerable, it actually makes you very strong, you know, to be able to do that and show that part of you. Interesting start, Aries. So let's get into it and see where this is headed for you. I'm going to pull your overall energy, what's supporting you during this time frame. And then I'm going to pull this person's. So you have the Lovers here, more Gemini energy for some of you. So this is highlighting relationships and particularly commitments, and what are you committed to. Could be committed relationships this is speaking of, but it'll be different for each of you. But it's like also highlighting the relationship between self and your higher self, you know, as the lovers often represents that connection between your ego and your soul. And like I was saying, it's like getting in alignment both with what you're showing people and how you're actually feeling, and you know, being okay with that, being okay with just letting it line up, and not feeling that need to, you know, perpetuate or be something that you're not. So let's see what this person's overall energy is for my Aries. So they have the Page of Wands, which is all about new ideas, adventures, energy, independence. This person may be thinking about ways to enhance their ability to maybe do more of what they want, to have more freedom in their life. You know, this is all about like carving out a new path. And don't mind my dogs. There's some delivery man here. So I feel like, yeah, this person may be carving out new ideas of who they want to be, and, you know, just getting inspired, I think, to take some action in their own life, to move towards things that make them feel good as well. And also to, again, you know, surrender the need to withhold or hold back. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second, Aries. Sorry about that, Aries. Anyway, so let's get into it. We're going to go into what led up to this moment, okay? Then we're going to go into your perception of each other. Then we're going to go into how you genuinely feel, your hopes, and the most likely future outcome based on free will. So, Aries. Phew. Let's see what kind of energy we get out from my Aries. So you have the Four of Swords here, Aries. Some of you might need to get caught up on sleep, or maybe that's what you've been finding some joy in, maybe getting some good sleep or napping. That's just really general message, but I do see that rest has been important, or an important factor in your growth for whatever reason that is. And I think a lot of it has to do with Aries, the dream state. Now, not all of us remember our dreams when we wake from the dream state, but that doesn't make the dream state any less important, whether you recall it or not. Because I feel when we're in our dream state, that is when we are in our energetic self, and we're not in the confines of our physical apparatus, and we're able to truly explore our consciousness fully. That's why we can time hop and things seem dreamy in the dream state. Why I'm saying all of this is whether you remember them when you wake up or not, you may notice that you've been having a lot of deja vu or synchronicities or things lining up, or just a sense of familiarity in the environment. And that is a spirit trying to let you know that you're on the right path, Aries, and that all really is well. And, you know, you've made some good decisions, okay, along the way. I feel like there's good fortune coming in here for you, Aries, and maybe even something you dreamt about coming to full fruition for some of you, especially if you've been putting that time and that space and making space, I should say, within your energetic fields by kind of allowing life to come to you, not forcing things, not pushing beyond your limits. You know, when you get into that more laid back type of energy, things just kind of start to happen for you. And a lot of you have become empowered to allow yourself to do just that, to kind of surrender to faith, to the divine, to follow your emotions more and listen to your intuition more. And because of that, you know, things are falling into place for you, or will be falling into place for you during this time frame. I feel like there, you know, was a lot of emotions going on underneath the surface in the past that also led up to this, but I feel that you've come to peace with a lot of things in your life. And again, it's like divine timing is showing up for you in the cards. And I love this card because to me it talks about, you know, getting evidence that you are on your right path. Like I said, with deja vu or things happening that, you know, you've dreamt about, and things showing up in the tangible environment to give you that validation, you know, that, yeah, you're on the right path. So Aries, let's see the person you may be connecting with, what their recent past energy is. For my Aries. Ooh, a shot out of the deck. 3 of Swords. The 7 of Cups. The Moon. So you have the Moon, they have the Moon as well. There's more confusion in this person's, you know, past energy. So I feel like they've had some confusing things happen within their relationships in their life in general, and or within this relationship. But I actually feel that this is stemming from relationships that were prior to this one, but it'll be different for each of you. I just feel like Aries, this person has dealt with some hard blows, because I have a hard knock life playing in my head right now. It's a hard knock life for us. You know, and that could be this person's stance as well, a hard knock life, and or that could be connected to this connection. But I just feel like it's caused a lot of confusion in this person's energy as to like what does really bring them emotional fulfillment. Is it the house? Is it the jewels? Is it spirit? Is it in a partner? Is it with the earth? You know, I feel like this person has maybe even lost sight at times of what truly, you know, makes them feel fulfilled emotionally, you know, and they may have had to do a lot of shadow work or digging really deep within their own emotional self, within their own psyche, to get clarity on that, or that may be what they're doing during this time frame, because it's a bit murky here. Okay, and how this person has dealt with things in the past, especially when it comes to relationships. Because again, I get the sense of like it's a hard knock life, and whether that's actually true or not for this person, that's how they feel maybe about that, and that could be their philosophy as well, you know, because of things that have happened, you know, in childhood even, or prior to, like I said, the now, that's developed this emotion in them that things are hard, or you know, love is confusing, or, you know, they may have also learned that suppressing emotion was the way to go, you know, because maybe it was not appropriate for them to express their emotions always. Maybe that was not acceptable in the environment that they were in, but I feel like this person is being called intuitively to process those things. And like I said, maybe even do some shadow work in regards to that. So now we're going to go into perception, how you perceive this person, this connection. Now keep in mind that perception is in the eye of the beholder, so it may be your truth, but it may not be their truth. And I'm going to start there, and I'll get that card. I had a card flip. So Page of Cups in the reverse, Queen of Cups, and the 8 of Wands, and your perception. So you don't always like see eye to eye with this person when it comes to how you process emotions, okay? And like I said, I felt like some of you have really come a long way with that, but you might be a little bit more advanced or vice versa than the person you're connecting with, as they have maybe had more confusion in that area. I feel like, you know, you feel that this person, I just heard you complete me, and that's from Jerry Maguire, and now I have the movie playing in my head. So for some of you, that might be a significant symbol for you. But an FYI, the only person that can complete you is you, okay? So never get it twisted. The most important relationship and the only relationship that is of true substance is the relationship between you and you, your ego and your soul. And actually that was your overall message. So while it's endearing to say that, you know, while it's romantic to say that someone completes us, truly that work has to be done within us. And another can complement that. They can come alongside of that. They can partner with us. They can mate with us, but no one ever completes us. Because you're whole the way that you are, and that is how the divine sees you. I don't know why I went into that. Obviously somebody needed to hear that, but you feel, let's put it this way, emotionally you feel at peace, okay, with where you're at, where you stand. You know, and I feel like maybe this person's not always receptive to where it is that you're at, Aries. But I do feel that this person is, even though they may seem closed off with what they're open to, or even closed-minded at times, you could see this person as a bit closed-minded, you know, or closed off in the way that they communicate or express emotion. But I feel like this person is, at the same time, in your mind, I guess, has the potential to be able to do that. Now, whether they actually do, we'll see. But I feel like you're kind of at peace either way. So it's like, okay, you've accepted to some degree, Aries, that this is just this person, and you've kind of accepted how you feel about that. And I can't really tell if it's good or bad or indifferent. I almost get indifference a little bit. But it's just like, I'm going to love them anyways, or I'm going to love me anyways. You know what I'm saying? But you know, even if there's communication issues here, whether that's on your side or their side, it's like coming to an understanding of that. And I also heard agreement, you know, so I feel like even though it seems that you have a lot of differences of opinions at times, you're actually in agreement with a lot of things on a spiritual level and emotional level. Let's see this person's perception. High Priestess. Whoa. The Strength, the Sun. So this person's perception of you, Aries, is that, that you're a strong creator, you know, that you are someone who's strong-willed as well, who holds a lot of willpower, who's not afraid to stand up for what they think and what they feel, who also has a very spiritual side, or if not spiritual, they see the more empathetic and loving side of you. You know, this person feels like you make them happy, or you have the ability to do so. As this is often, you know, a pretty happy connection. And I just feel like I heard happy wife, happy life. That could be for my committed Aries. That could be your stance or their stance. But I just feel like, you know, intuitively, this person feels a strong connection here, okay? And I feel like they view you in this light, Aries, of having all of this like willpower, which sometimes can border, I think, domineering, but all in all, they actually see you as someone who they look up to, or that they feel drives their willpower or drives their motivation. And now I have Nirvana in my head. All is all we are. That Teen Spirit. I'm not really sure the name of that one, but yeah. All right, so that's perception, ego, how they think, how you think. Now we're going to go into the depths, into the emotional self. How do you feel underneath all of that? And where are you at with your emotions? The Sun. So they have the Sun in the perception. So I feel like the sense of feeling more connected and getting new ideas, you know, feeling like you're open to maybe new experiences, more passion, more intimacy in your life, you know, feeling more optimistic about what's coming for you. And that reminds me of the song that I got. Oh, Maria. What? I'm sorry. That song is so loud and now it's back. I just love Sister Act. But it's a very uplifting vibe, right? They even clap in it. So like I feel like your spirit team, or you know, your soul is like rejoicing during this time, and you're feeling it. And where do you feel the connection with your soul? You feel it in the emotions. Okay, I almost said solar plexus. That's where you feel that connection. That's where you feel that exhilaration, that joy, that love. And I feel like your channel is opening up very, very much so, Aries. and bringing in all of this desire for new experiences and new ways of feeling and reconnecting with what it is that makes you feel happy, you know. I feel there is still some lingering anxiety here, you know, still some, it's almost like you want to escape at times, because for some of you, you might have not felt maybe this level of exhilaration in a long time, and it might actually scare you, you know, if you've been in a lower energy for a consistent period of time, to where it's like you get exhilarated or maybe happy, you know, you have a good day, good week, whatever, and then you're like, oh, maybe I want to escape this, or like kind of feeling like, okay, I've been happy this long, so now I'm gonna go back to some old habits, or what if this could be taken from me, or what if this goes wrong, you know, those old ways of thinking kind of creeping up a little bit within the emotional sector. But I feel like as quickly as it comes, it passes, you know, it's like dart in, dart out, that type of vibe where, you know, you can recognize it and then kind of alleviate that by reconnecting with what it is you're committed to. And I think what you're committed to is feeling good no matter what. Feeling good no matter what. And that's why I think I was drawn to talk about, you know, the true definition of completeness, of wholeness, is not dependent upon any condition or anyone. It is the decision to feel whole and happy regardless. And so I feel like you might have a bit of a separation from that thought process, where you start to sink back into like the what ifs and negative self-talk, and this like dialogue of like, I want to escape, or just, you know, it's too much, or, you know, like escaping back into old ways, like I said, habits and thinking, and then correcting that, you know, recognizing that emotion within yourself, Aries, and being like, no, I'm going to stay committed to passion and to desire, because if I can stay committed there and I can stay consistent, then it's going to keep coming, and it's going to keep coming, and it's going to keep coming. So it's like, if you get down in the dumps, please go on YouTube and put in Sister Act Santa Maria. I don't know how you could watch that video and not get uplifted. It's like, I'm like wanting to sing the whole thing for you right now. Literally. So let's see how this person's feeling underneath it all. They have the Two of Swords, the Star. This person's got some healings yet to do on an emotional level, you know, and like I said, it's because of, you know, I heard tragedy for some in the past energy. If it's not downright that's extreme. It's like that hard knock life type of energy that they're needing to let go of still, that's kind of lingering emotionally. It takes a long time for us to process emotion. You know, and so a lot of times we come back to same or similar events and peoples, because we're always learning and growing up the chain, almost like this, like a cyclone, where we come back to things to be processed, to be learned again, to be looked at differently, that type of energy. So I feel like emotionally, yeah, this person, they may not be showing this to you, Aries, but they are, you know, really hoping to feel this sense of well-being, you know, and have this new beginning here. The Page of Wands is out twice, but it's almost like they need to accept some sort of defeat, and I'm not really entirely sure they're willing to do that. You know, they've for a long period of time have felt like they always needed to fight, maybe, or maybe even like a vengeful type of attitude. This person, if it's not vengeful, the other end of that is like despair, you know, feeling like they can't win, that type of energy. And they are needing to release that, and they are slowly getting there, you know, because they're being called by their own soul to replenish themselves and refresh the energy, and they're wanting new ideas and new ways of doing things, okay? But, you know, old habits die hard emotionally. So I feel like this person has trouble trusting what they feel, and they have trouble connecting with their intuition at times. You know, it's a learned behavior. But they're getting over this sense of defeat and letting that go. And when they are able to do that, then I feel like all of this new energy comes in and this opportunity to heal. So let's see what your hopes are for my Aries. What are your hopes? And I got a million cards. 5 of Swords. So you want to feel connected again. You want to feel that sense of worth again. You want to feel that love again, you know. And I actually feel like that is already where you're headed. So what you're hoping for, I think, is coming to fruition for a lot of you in the emotion of feeling empowerment, you know, or at least that's where it starts. This person's hoping for the Queen of Pentacles. This is a sense of being more stable and practical with where they are at emotionally, and being more down to earth when it comes to expressing how they feel. Because I feel like, again, there's an issue here with the emotional expressiveness, okay, within the connection or within this person. So let's see what the most likely future outcome is, Aries. And keep in mind that this can be changed based on free will. It's just a snapshot, okay? So you have the Emperor, the 10 of Cups, and the 8 of Pentacles here in the most likely future outcome. So the Emperor is your energy, Aries. This is you being in control of your own emotional destiny. Let's go back to the original message. The relationship between you and you is the relationship you're looking for. And a lot of people don't know what that means. What it means is that you get in, you authentically pay attention to how you're feeling, and you line up your thoughts with the emotion that feels the best. And sometimes that may result in actions that don't please others. You know, but you're not here to please all people, and you couldn't even if you wanted to. And also, they're not here to please you either. You're here to find what makes you happy. And when you do that, it aligns the connection between you and you, your ego and your soul. And that's when exhilaration comes in. That's when happiness comes in. That's when you're truly, truly free. When you can be happy no matter what, when you can have control of your emotions regardless of the condition, you are truly free. And I say all that because I feel like that's what you're striving for, and you're getting there, you know, because this is being in control of your destiny, and putting that time and dedication into maintaining the emotional fulfillment that is promised to you and is here. So I see you feeling on top of your game. I see emotional fulfillment both within family and relationships for some of you. Just in your surroundings, period. You know, things coming in divine timing, deja vus, synchronicities, things showing you're on your right path. And I see you staying dedicated to continually working on that in yourself. So let's see what this person's most likely future outcome is. The Queen of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles. This person's kind of pessimistic, I'm not going to lie. You know. Whoa. So, Queen of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, King of Wands, King of Cups in this person's future energy. I feel like this person embodies a lot of different aspects, and I mean, we all have different pieces of us, right? We have all these different emotions that we express with, but this person is maybe to a little bit of a higher degree in the future energy, okay? Because I feel like a mix of like not really wanting to hear it, not really being open, being pretty stubborn, and then therefore getting kind of stuck. And I think it pisses them off, excuse my language, or like it frustrates them when they're feeling stuck, you know? And then it makes them very emotional. I kind of feel like this person's a bit emotionally messy during this time frame. So definitely not in control, not experiencing that emotional freedom that I feel on your side, Aries. At least for this blip of time, okay? Because there's still some internal healing, emotional things going on that they have yet to fully process or develop. So it's like they're trying to go from, you know, step A to step C and skip over B, you know? But they have to do the work, so to speak, of coping with things, of taking that time out. Otherwise, I feel like this person's energy is such that it's like, okay, if I'm happy if everything around me goes exactly as planned, but when it doesn't go exactly as planned, then I almost have a meltdown. It's just like frustration comes in, and this feeling of stubbornness, and maybe even a bit spiteful, and then getting emotional because they're disappointed in themselves for the way they behaved. It's like they're triggered, and then they have this almost childish response. I hate to say that, or a response that they're not proud of. They're not even proud of it, because then after all is said and done, and they have time to think about it, they get very emotional because they're disappointed. They're disappointed in the way that they behaved. They're disappointed in the way that they're dealing with things. And it's like this person knows that they want better, and every time they give themselves away emotionally like that, it depletes them, which is their guidance from their soul that there's a better way to go about it. But I feel like because this person does not have maybe the upbringing or the background support, in their practical life, at least in the past, to have learned that, they developed some bad patterns of behavior when it comes to when things aren't coming their way, or when they get frustrated, they go into that, they backpedal. That's what I feel. And I feel like in the future energy, if this person behaves in that way, you're going to have a reaction that's really going to throw them off guard, because I feel like, Aries, you're in this space of like, have your tantrum if you need it, or that's fine, that's how you feel, but you ain't gonna make me unhappy, you ain't gonna move this, you know what I'm saying? Because you're working on your emotional freedom and having more control over that. So it's like when this person gets a bit wacky in their emotions, and then they don't get that response, because a lot of times I feel like when people get upset, they want people to respond to them so they can justify their behavior. And when you don't give that to them, Aries, then it kind of leaves them to deal with their own emotions, to figure it out for themselves and to sort it out for themselves. And that's actually what this person really needs, I feel, for their own soul development, for their own soul growth. And if you go back to what I was saying earlier, sometimes when we do what's best for us, it can seem to others that we are, not caring, or, not doing the right thing by them. But it's their responsibility to figure out their path and their own emotional well-being. So I guess you have to kind of let them think what they want, Aries, and it can't matter so much, because again, the most important connection you have is with you and you. But I feel like this person is a bit of an emotional mess, for lack of a better term, but they're wanting, they're wanting to let that go. Okay, so they're just needing some more time, I feel. So I'm gonna leave it there. This is a pretty long reading. Please go listen to that song. I think you'll love it. Zodiac signs you could be dealing with. I have Aquarius here, and Leo, Pisces, Gemini, Scorpio, possibly another Aries, Leo again, Aquarius again, Pisces, lots of Pisces, Aquarius, and Scorpio, and Gemini. But honestly, it could be any zodiac sign, as this is a general reading, so don't get caught up on that. If it resonated, it resonated. Please do let me know in the comments down below what you thought. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe. I am wishing you guys the very, very best. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook and Instagram. I go live there often. So it's Tarot Time with Dana, linked in the description box as well as in the About section. If you like what I'm wearing today, you can get it for yourself at my sister's online boutique, avasophia.com, avasophiaco.com, also linked in the description box below. I also added a new donate feature, so if you want to donate to the channel, you can do so by clicking on the donate button in the About section. Either way, I'm wishing you guys the very, very best as always, and until next time, my friends. Namaste.